While it may evoke memories of a laid-back culinary experience, barbecue is a very serious matter. You can find decent barbecue all over the South, but does decent really cut it? Keep watching for where to go for the best of the best. To the outsider, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue may not look like the place you want to be for truly stellar barbecue, but if you can put aside your initial reservations, you won't regret it. Rudy serves up true Texas barbecue as good as the rest of them, along with family-sized tubs of mouth-watering side dishes. And really, is there any other way sides should be served? The chain started out as a convenience store in a little town outside San Antonio dating back to the 1800s. It eventually evolved into a full-on barbecue restaurant, which can now be found in nearly 50 locations, mainly in the Southwest. And the locals have a soft spot for it, whether they admit it or not. Think of it as a one-stop shop of wonder. What started as a one-stop shop for everything from a full tank of gas to a full stomach and enough barbecue to make you appreciate the very concept of leftovers has grown exponentially. Their brisket, juicy sausage links, and signature barbecue sauces are not to be missed.
Fate brought us together, and from the first moment, it was electric.
Florida may not be top of mind among Southern barbecue standouts, but Rivers Smokehouse may be on its way to changing that reputation. Founder John Rivers started out serving up barbecue out of his garage for schools, churches, and community organizations. After seeing that people loved his barbecue, Rivers shuttered his other establishments and opened his first Four Rivers location in 2009. Since then, Four Rivers has grown to 13 locations across Florida, garnering some serious attention along the way. Why? Maybe it's because there is something for everyone to love here. They're smoking up every type of meat you might crave, from brisket to pork, sausage, chicken, turkey, and ribs. Beyond a classic barbecue platter with home-style sides, there's also a menu of decadent signature creations. That's things like the six-shooter, described as baked cheese grits piled high with pulled pork, southern coleslaw, pickles, jalapenos, and 4R signature sauce. Or there's the longhorn, which the restaurant describes as chopped brisket, Texas sausage served on a toasted roll over smokehouse relish topped with onion rings and melted provolone. In today's world of ever-evolving food trends and Instagram-worthy menus, sometimes some simplicity can be welcome. The nostalgic comforts that stand the test of time because it's always been done that way and it just works. That's the spirit of Sonny's Barbecue. The chain was opened by a husband and wife duo in Gainesville, Florida in 1968, and more than 50 years and 100 restaurants later, Sonny's boasts that they're still honoring the recipes and traditions that got them started. They call it the art of barbecue, premium cuts of pork and beef slow-smoked to perfection, always over oak, and paired with Sonny's signature sauces. It's a time-perfected practice, one that Sonny's takes very seriously. Bottom line, you know that you're getting top-quality barbecue crafted by a certified pitmaster at each of Sonny's locations, which you'll find all over Florida, as well as Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, and the Carolinas. Full Moon Barbecue has been serving hickory-smoked barbecue since it was founded by famous football coach Pat James and his wife in 1986. While the ownership changed hands in the 90s, pretty much everything else is the same as it's always been. Same low and slow tradition for barbecue that fans keep coming back for, especially the turkey sandwich, which has become a signature staple at Full Moon. There's the same down-home Southern-inspired items like authentic chow chow and fried green tomatoes, and don't forget the award-winning sweet and tangy barbecue sauce perfect for slathering all over, well, almost anything. If you haven't heard of Florida-based Smokey Bones yet, chances are you will soon. The chain is known for serving up cold drinks and good times in an atmosphere that's as comforting as the food. Smokey Bones has around 60 locations across 16 states, and the company is moving forward with all kinds of expansion plans. But we don't just mean new restaurants. Smokey Bones opened its first ghost kitchen in 2021, and it's also serving customers through its two exclusively virtual brands, the Wing Experience and Burger Experience. There's also talk of opening drive-through locations. And Smokey Bones is even planning to expand its menu, which already features different prominent regional barbecue styles in America, to include new barbecue flavors inspired by international flavors from places like Thailand, China, Japan, and India. And while you're there, make sure not to miss out on Smokey Bones happy hour specials and signature cocktails. Once upon a time, a father and son from Birmingham, Alabama named Jim and Nick figured out that they could whip up mouth-watering barbecue together. More than 35 years later, Jim and Nick's Barbecue has grown to nearly 40 locations, mainly in the Deep South. And the chain has continued to announce plans for further expansion. Fans love their slow-smoked pulled pork, slathered in sauce, of course, and the barbecue chicken, which the pitmaster recommends with white barbecue sauce. And don't overlook the famous barbecue pork mac and cheese, or their famous house-made chili loaded with smoked brisket. Either way, you'll come for the meat, but chances are you'll stay for the absolutely crave-inducing so-called world-famous cheese biscuits, which come with every meal at Jim and Nick's. They're so good that the chain might be most famous for them above all else. How good are they? The Alabama Tourism Department even named the biscuits as one of the 100 dishes you need to eat before you die.
Please, sir, I want some more.
For this one, you'll definitely need to come hungry. The folks at Bono's Pit Barbecue based in Jacksonville, Florida know a thing or two about barbecue tradition. They've been smoking up live pit barbecue since 1949 and still do things the old-fashioned way, striving above all else to serve customers what they describe as an authentic Southern pit barbecue experience. Everything at Bono's is prepared in-house every day, and meats are cut to order, so you're always getting the juiciest, most flavorful bite. The menu is full of all the classic fare you'd expect at a barbecue restaurant worth its snuff, plus a few surprises as well, like sweet corn nuggets and heaping smokehouse stackers, which require a big appetite and an even bigger stack of napkins. There are nearly 20 Bono's locations, mainly around the greater Jacksonville area. Time will tell if new Bono's locations pop up in between. Among these staple barbecue destinations around the country, Memphis is high on the list. The city is known for its tender, dry-rubbed, slow-smoked ribs and pork shoulder, and there's arguably no better place to sample it than Central Barbecue. At Central Barbecue, all the meat is marinated for 24 hours and rubbed with a secret signature dry rub before dry smoking to perfection. The sauce is added later. Load up on a full plate of smoked meats and sides, or try out Central's famous specialty, barbecue nachos. They come loaded up with barbecue pork or chicken, beef brisket or smoked turkey, and smothered in cheese, barbecue sauce, and jalapenos. Central Barbecue is a local favorite in Memphis for good reason, and has several locations there and in Nashville. You could say Gates Barbecue is a Kansas City institution. It was founded by George W. Gates back in 1949, and while it moved around locations a few times over the years, it never stopped cooking up barbecue. Today, there are several locations in Kansas and Missouri where customers can chow down on ribs, chicken, mutton, and piled-high barbecue sandwiches. Barbecue so good it got Ollie Gates, son of the founder, inducted into the Barbecue Hall of Fame. Though the place has grown, Gates is still family-owned and remains one of the best barbecue joints in the city, both for the food and the uniquely comforting atmosphere. And talk about the ultimate endorsement, President Biden himself paid a visit to Gates during a trip to Kansas City. He reportedly feasted on none other than the restaurant's famous presidential tray, of course, which features sliced beef, ham and turkey, barbecue chicken, a slab of ribs, and house-made sausage, along with Gates' signature barbecue beans and potato salad on the side. Another surefire staple, if you're looking to try a taste of Memphis-style barbecue, is Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. You can find Corky's restaurants scattered all throughout Tennessee, as well as in Arkansas and Mississippi. The chain has been perfecting its hickory and charcoal-smoked ribs for more than 30 years, and they're serving up full slabs of them, family-style, plus a full menu of other barbecue favorites and sides. And Corky's claims that locals love this place so much, it's been voted the top barbecue joint in Memphis 22 times. While Corky's did have some expansion plans that didn't quite pan out a few years ago, the company did recently name a new CEO, so there's no telling what's in store for Corky's future. And if you don't live anywhere near a Corky's but still want to get your Memphis barbecue fix, then you're in luck. Corky's sells and ships its baby back ribs via shopping network QVC. Moe's Original Barbecue was founded 2 decades ago by 3 friends who met at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa and bonded over their shared love of more than just college football. The journey took the 3 founders to the mountains of Colorado after graduating, where the dream for Moe's really took shape, first as a catering company, then as a restaurant. By 2005, they opened their first restaurant in Eagle, Colorado, and today Moe's has more than 50 locations in 14 states, catching the attention of fans around the country. Moe's keeps the menu simple, serving up pulled pork, smoked chicken and turkey, and fried fish, plus a rotation of sides to choose from. But don't forget to check out their daily food and drink specials as well. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more mashed videos about the country's best restaurants are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.